Like I was saying, they keep trying to shut my phone off. Hold on. And David left things in charge of the keeper of the baggage and ran to the ranks and went and greeted his brothers. As he talked with him, behold, the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, came up out of the ranks of the Philistines and spoke the same words as before, and David heard him. All the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were much afraid. And the men of Israel had said, Have you seen this man who has come up? Surely he has come up to defy Israel. The man who kills him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel. And David said to the man who stood by him, What shall be done for the man who kills the Philistine and takes away the reproach from Israel? You see, they're doubting David. Even his brothers doubted him and laughed. For who is the uncircumcised Philistine that he should divide the armies of the living God? And the people answered him in the same way, So it shall be done to the man who kills him. Now Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spoke to him, and Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, Why have you come down, and with whom have you left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know your presumption and the evil of your heart, for you have come down to see the battle. And David said, What have I done now? Was it not but a word? And he turned away from him toward another and spoke in the same way, and the people answered him again as before. And when the words which David spoke were heard, they repeated them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with the Philistine. And Saul said to David, You are not able to go against the Philistine to fight with him. For you are but a youth, and he is a man of war from his youth. See what I mean? But David said to Saul, Your servant used to keep sheep for his father. When there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. See, David wasn't scared. A lot of scaredy cats out there. A lot of cowards out there. I'm not one of them. And if he rose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and killed him. Your servant has killed both lions and bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God. And David said, The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said to David, Go, and the Lord will be with you. Then Saul clothed David with his armor. He put a helmet of bronze on his head and clothed him with a coat of mail. And David girded his sword over his armor and tried in vain to go, for he was not used to them. Then David said to Saul, I cannot go with these. So basically, David had to go bare. For I am not used to them. And David put them off. It was too heavy for him, basically. And he took his staff in his hand and chose 5 smooth stones from the brook and put them in his shepherd's bag or wallet. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistines came when the Philistine came on and drew near to David with his shield bearer in front of him. And when the Philistine looked and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, ruddy and comely in appearance. And the Philistine said to David, Am I a dog that you come with me with sticks? And the Philistine cursed David by his God. And the Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and to the beasts of the field. And David said to the Philistine, You come to me with a sword and with a spear, with a javelin. But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down and cut off your head. And I will give the dead bodies of the host of the Philistines this day to the birds of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth. And all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and all this assembly may know that the Lord saves not with the sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hand.